without further ado, do you want to take a look at those pictures?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Look at this cover.
Yeah.
That is magnificent. Isn't this the first time a hummingbird has made the cover? I don't remember ever seeing a hummer on the cover. Do you? Not sure?
Not right offhand,
Yeah.
no. That
Yeah.
may be.
Lots of goldfinches.
Right. And I like the fact that that's not a male in full plumage either, that it's something a little different. You know, a lot of times the people won't see the male ruby-throated or whatever with their gorgeous showing and full color, and that's a female. So that's just nice to see.
Yeah, it's by Becky.
Or an immature male.
Yeah, it's a ruby-throated hummingbird by Becky Kemp. Congratulations, Becky. That is so great to make the cover. You know what I love about this picture? So I love everything about the picture. I love the background. I love the color of the flower. But I love that there's a little ladybug on that. Like the details.
So
it's
many
just
people are gonna miss
amazing,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
So congratulations, Becky. And moving on, look at this for January, a white-throated sparrow by Tate Graham. And I love this because you don't often see sparrows in the calendar.
No, you don't. This is not a first for the calendar, but we're trying to show some of the other birds that are common birds to people, and our customers are taking pictures of. And that's appropriate for the time of season and the rain. I like the arrangement.
We love winter pictures. We never have enough winter pictures, but you know, I love a couple of things about this. I love the little yellow right over its, little beak. That's so distinctive and cute. It almost looks like it's got a mask on. And I love how fluffed up it is because it's trying to keep itself warm, right?
That's actually true, yes. It's exactly what it's trying to do. We'd be fluffed up too if we were sitting out in that weather right now.
Absolutely. It's so amazing that the birds can adapt to that. I absolutely love it. And so now we're going to go to February. And so this is a male and female house finches, and this is by Anita D. Nicola. And what a beautiful picture.
Perhaps a happy little couple there. Don't know.
Perhaps.
And of course, the male there is a nice looking bird. He gets confused a lot.
Does it?
For a purple finch.
Oh, that's right. And you've done
we talk about that
videos
occasionally
on this
because
before.
when you're first getting into looking at birds and trying to distinguish them, you'll see a male house finch and say, "Oh, it's a purple finch." Well, I did the same thing when I first started many years ago, until I got lucky and saw them side by side. I said, "Oh, and how do you not tell them apart?" Well, it's easy to mix them up when you're just getting started, and that's okay. But that's the male house finch. And it has an interesting story, too, that it's now ubiquitous across the United States. It's everywhere, and really it's a southwestern bird.
Really?
And
it's just adapted everywhere, huh?
Oh, it got imported to New York, and they were selling those little guys as Hollywood finches until they got busted by the feds. And that was back in, I believe, back in the 20s or something.
Wow.
And they got loose. They turned all their birds loose before the police showed up.
I remember this story.
And then they
now.
started spreading, and now here we go.
Yeah,
they're all
look at
over.
them go.
Yeah.
And they've adapted. And Mary Alice Grimm Trumbull is watching from Texas City, Texas, I believe. So thank you for watching today. Yeah, Texas City, Texas. And
a lot of good hummingbirds there,
thank
too.
you, Mary Alice, for commenting. And I know you're a nature lover. So let's go on to our next one. And congratulations to everyone who made this calendar. This is a stunning calendar. A yellow-bellied sapsucker and a downy woodpecker.
Yeah.
And this is by Trudy Flowers.
This is another interesting picture, and I think our crew has done a really good job this year selecting some things because it's not like the absolute gorgeous, stunning male in perfect light. No, we have some females in here. We have some birds, as you're going to see, mostly on your feeder. And the downy looking like a downy, and the yellow-bellied sapsucker may be like, whoa, what is that bird? No, it's yellow-bellied sapsucker. It's just the plumage is a little on the rough side.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's in mold, or it's a young bird.
Yep.
So it's like you have to look twice, but yeah, it's distinctive marking still.
Yeah. And so it's so fun to see them together like that on a feeder.
It's good to see them for size, too.
Yes. Yeah. So you can compare how, because you can think they look just alike. At least
Yeah.
I can, not you. You wouldn't.
But it took a long time before I didn't. You start looking at all the
Yeah.
woodpeckers in a way. Some of them look very similar until you start learning those little fine
Yeah.
markings.
Okay, let's see April.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of bright colors in this, like bright red in this one by Linda Robbins. Of course,
Yeah.
the Northern Cardinal, and they almost always make, the calendar because
Yeah, well,
these calendars. I mean,
Yeah, they're
the Cardinals are
gorgeous birds, yeah.
stunning.
And that one's got
But I
its
love
top
it
knot standing straight up,
Yeah,
too.
and I
That's
love it with
nice.
the red flowers around.
Yeah.
Just that green and red together. And like you said, this cardinal looks like he just got ready to have his picture taken,
That's right.
doesn't he?
That's right. We had to pay that cardinal a lot of money for
Yeah.
this pose.
I love when you all get pictures so close in these birds' faces you can imagine what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I love that. So that's a beautiful picture for April and totally depicts the spring. Now,
Aha.
a bird you have never seen in the Coles calendar before, the European starling, photographed beautifully by Tim Bowser, who won first place in our photo contest for this.
Thank you, Tim.
Yes, yes.
And I know a lot of people saying, oh, ooh, starlings.
Yes.
But they're here in this country. One of the reasons they're here in this country is because people thought they were beautiful.
Yeah.
They have such a strong singing vocabulary. Their voice is great. People love them. Now, of course, you have a lot of them. They get a little irritating, but
They can eat up all your food fast.
I mean, they're here now. There's nothing we're going to do about them. Get used to it. Enjoy them
Yes.
as best you can. And they are nice-looking birds. They're handsome-looking birds.
And look at the colors on this. So I always look at a starling and think it's just black, but I love the way the sun's reflected and shows you the many colors, and it almost looks iridescent. It's
And
gorgeous.
the spots and others changes during the
Right.
season. So it'll give you two different looks during the season. And yeah, it's a starling, but hey, that's part of our backyard.
Yeah.
That's part of backyard bird feeding. So there they are.
Oh,
Nice
so
picture.
Tim Bowser said, both the starlings and my first appearance in the contest. LOL. Yes, absolutely. And
Right.
thank you, Tim. Thanks for entering. So we'll go back. And it does seem like Tim said that he got the feeder for the bluebirds, but the starlings
course.
went after the
Of course,
food.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and June, this is by Al Sunt, and he won second and third place in our Coles calendar contest. And so this picture of an American goldfinch, so pretty.
It is pretty. I
Yeah.
think that's a favorite bird for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just so striking, that yellow color.
The goldfinch is
Yeah.
always in the calendar.
And of course, in the West, you have the lesser goldfinch. It's still a pretty bird.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's so pretty with those two colors, too. I love that. And such a beautiful depiction of the summertime,
Yes.
which is what we look for always. We want, and speaking of a great depiction of summertime, this one is so perfect by Lydia Lively, and it's a wren just taking a nice cold shower in the summer.
Yeah. And we said wren because with it being totally drenched, there's a possibility that it's another type of wren, but we're pretty sure it's a Carolina wren.
Yeah.
And
So cute. I love that picture, and you can just see the
Just-
water, that stop motion. Wow.
yeah. And a happy bird cooling down.
Absolutely. So let's go to August. Another, and who has been captivating us all August? These ruby-throated hummingbirds. This is by Tate Graham. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
And-
in the West, we're going to see some different, a black-chin hummingbird look very much like that in the West. They're, the hummingbird of the West, some people call them.
Right.
And they look very, very similar. And here again, this is not an adult male in full breeding plumage. So it's nice to see that, because that's mostly what we're going to see.
Yeah, and I love the colors of this.
Yeah.
You just picture this beautiful garden
Yeah.
there, and hummers just make your garden even more beautiful. And we're going to hear more about the hummers coming up later in the show. And this is a brown thrasher by Michelle McNeil for our, a little bit of fall starting to
Yeah.
get cooler. We don't often see a brown thrasher in the calendar. I don't know that we've ever seen one before.
Surely we have. I mean, it's
I
a
don't
stunning
know.
bird. And
It
it's
really
a very
is.
handsome bird. They're striking, and they're nice-sized birds, and there are a lot of them around, so they're not rare,
Yeah.
but just a very pretty bird.
Yeah. And then in October, we have seen so many like scary birds in October. This is a little different. I love the pumpkin. And this
Yeah.
is a tufted titmouse by Becky Kemp.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
titmouse, I guess, is generally going to be high on the list of the first bird to show up to a feeder.
Really?
They're very smart at finding food and adapting to feeders, and a lot of times that'll be the first bird that'll show up in
And
many
I love,
places. Yeah.
don't you just love that it has the seed right in its mouth?
And
Love that she got it mid-bite.
They're good at holding the seed. They'll take the seed like that and put it between their feet
Really?
and reach down and peck it on the limb. Yeah. And then
awesome.
hold it down like something like a fish or something.
Yeah.
And then peck on it.
I haven't seen that. And let's go to November. We had a few beautiful pictures of Baltimore Orioles. They are so photogenic and beautiful. This one's by Kathy Diamantopoulos, and she has entered and been in our calendar, I think, many times. But what a stunning photograph,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's another bird that's just it's pretty. It's just
Yeah.
it's striking, and you can't you look at it and say, oh. First time I saw one, it just startled me. It's just like,
Yeah.
what is that? I didn't know much about birds, but
Yeah.
I saw that when I finally figured out what it was. It was nice.
Such a beautiful depiction for fall, too. But
Yes.
we had a few of these, so big congratulations to Kathy because there were several really stunning
Yes.
pictures. Yeah, we had so many good pictures this year. And for December, you cannot beat this feeding of cardinals together. It just looks like holidays, right?
Another happy couple. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you've got the two females and then one little bird that's underneath that. I don't even know what that bird is, but this is Northern Cardinals by Trudy
Yes.
Flowers. One male, two females, and I'm not sure what that little extra bird is, but it's so cute. I love the snow on their beaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just feel the cold of winter as you look at that picture, and that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for pictures that epitomize the seasons with birds.
And backyard bird feeding,
Yes,
of course.
absolutely. And you do not have to be a professional for this. And this one's a chickadee by Kelly Crone. Look at the little chickadee just out there in the cold.
That's probably probably the second quickest bird to a feeder is the chickadee.
Is it?
Because there's a lot of chickadees, there's a lot of titmice, and they're always at feeders. We see them a lot in yards around in wide areas, and they're just kind of cute. It's got a cute little name.
Yeah, I love that
chickadee.
little face too.
Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.